Hot sports all place. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hot sports all plays. Network. Hot sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Hot sports all plays. Hot sports all plays. Hot sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hot sports all plays. Network. Hot sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Hot sports all plays. Hot sports all plays.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Freddie Henderson from the All Sports All Plays Network. I'm joined with the one and only Nate the Great. I'm joined with at the bottom right, Trey Collins. I'm joined by one of my best friends, Jonathan Mathis. What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, everyone?
Jonathan, I'm glad to have you back on the show. Looking forward to debating with you, my friend. Hey, but got the NBA free players are making a lot of money, kind of a lot of money, and all that good stuff. So how about you tell folks that does not tell the folks what's out there that don't cost a lot of money, only $5?
You have the Suzanne Paparazzi's jewelry. Costs $5 for the accessories. The free matching earrings when you buy a necklace. The shipping is 24/7. The number is 541-294-5218, and the promo code is 160920. We also have a Christmas rolling around, so that'd be a good gift to maybe buy for a friend or a sister, cousin, mother, or somebody.
Hey, Jonathan, I hope I'm not dropping dimes into your ear, man, but hopefully your fiance's not listening to this. Christmas coming around, get her some jewelry. Hey, just hit up Suzanne. She get them for the low.
Also, like the place to go.
Yeah. Also, ASAP is giving away free T-shirts to the viewer of the month. All you have to do is watch our shows, follow our page, like our page. Get engaged with the comments and be able to win a free shirt. And if you're able, somebody's ahead of you, you want one T-shirt. All you have to do is make a page. They cost $25. We'll get you out. Man, let's get into it, man. This is things good. Man, I mean, we had the draft this week, and today start with a brand review on. Let's face it, it happened right. All coming season.
So you were cutting in and out right there. Can you repeat that question? I can understand it.
All right, read out the first topic.
A little bit. You cutting in and out a lot.
Yeah, I can barely understand you, man.
Nate, read the topic.
So, gotta ask, with all these moves going on around, and the trades, the draft, everything that we had. Who do you have as your championship, winning team? I'm gonna go with Jonathan first, since he's the guest.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with the Lakers still. Why? Well, because look what happened to Klay Thompson, man. He's injured again. Unfortunately, he's gonna be out another year, and that was just a significant blow to that Warriors team. So now this gives the Lakers an easy path to the championship. I don't see any team in the West ready to contend against LeBron James. I just don't see it. I mean, you have teams on the rise like the Dallas Mavericks, but they're not going to be able to compete against them. The Suns gotten better with Chris Paul joining the backcourt to team up with Devin Booker, but I don't see anyone really challenging the Lakers. I just don't. Not at this point. I think the Lakers are the overwhelming favorite to go back-to-back once again. I think by the time it's all said and done, they will secure another championship come next year. They're just too deep. They signed Wesley Matthews today, from what I read, and I mean that's a good pickup. And then you have Dennis Schroeder now. That was a good addition as well. So the Lakers, they have retooled, and they have actually gotten some shooters now to go along with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. This team is a team to be reckoned with. They're scary, and they're going to be good next year. And I just don't see anyone being able to stop the Los Angeles Lakers.
All right, you get a lot better?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Trey, who should be the favorite, man?
I have to agree. Lakers right now, what they're doing this offseason, seeing what other teams are doing, they're still head and shoulders right now, I think, above everyone in the NBA. Signing Wesley Matthews, giving a sharpshooter for LeBron James, Anthony Davis, spread the floor out a little bit more, then getting Schroeder who can actually make play. You don't have to rely on LeBron James to be a point guard for half the game. Without he can make plays for you. He can shoot the three. He can do whatever is need to be done. I think being under Chris Paul's being under Chris Paul's wing last year, I think that's going to help him a lot too this year. So given Schroeder and the Los Angeles Lakers, I think that they're still the team to beat, but I'm not counting out the Denver Nuggets by any stretch of the imagination. What they did in the playoffs last year with Jamal Murray, Joker, they stay healthy throughout the rest of the year. They get Torrey Craig, all these young guys building up. They have playoff experience. They lost to the Lakers, but it was intriguing games. But with that experience, I would not count out the Denver Nuggets. But as right now, I just think that the Lakers are the head and shoulders above everyone else in the NBA right now.
Nate, I'm afraid to go with you because I'm afraid of what you're going to be. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Nate is the individual who hit up our group chat 7:00 in the morning and to tell us how many scenarios that the New York Jets have of missing the playoff. Okay,
To be fair, I get group chats from I get texts from that group chat at midnight when I'm the one asleep. So it goes both ways.
Well, Nate, who do you have to be as a favorite?
I do want to pull up a comment because it relates towards my point. Somebody said that is there really a favorite right now when teams are still making moves? And the Lakers roster is currently not even the best. What I have to say about that is, yes, I have the Lakers, but I do have two questions. One, is Giannis going to Dallas? Because
No.
if so,
No.
if that happens, then I'm taking Dallas. Two, is Anthony Davis, which probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised, is Anthony Davis leaving?
No.
Nate, how many times have to tell you, Anthony Davis loves it in LA. Anthony Davis wants to be a champion. Anthony Davis knows what it feels like to be a part of a New Orleans Pelicans team. How many times do I tell you that when he's playing for the Lakers is a whole lot of different this is different from any other franchise. Anthony Davis do not want to be a bottom feeder in the NBA again. He's not leaving LA. He's going. It's different when you put on that purple and gold. I'm trying to tell you, it feels different. Just think about it in the Staples Center with a purple gold light shining down on you. Oh, he's not leaving nowhere. Why would he leave? He just won his first championship. He's trying to get on the Lakers Mount Rushmore. He's trying to win 2, 3, 4 championships. When LeBron retires, he's trying to take over the franchise. He is not going anywhere. And the Giannis to Dallas thing, oh, stop it. They went and traded for Drew Holiday and give up basically all those draft picks. Giannis Antetokounmpo are going to leave right season. To keep him, to make the extension to anywhere. So let's see who's winning the show. And I know where I'm going with. I'm going with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what? I don't know who's on the page. It might be Ace. Adam Comp. He's ahead and on the roster right now. Yeah, we watched that. He's not going nowhere. Yes, we still have a couple of holes to fill on the team, but guess what? Rob Pelinka has showed that he is an excellent general manager in this game. We seen him last year when Kawhi Leonard, he had us waiting. We seen him start running and start making signings. But guess what? He made the right. Guess what? Now time from day one, we're not waiting for Kawhi Leonard. That we know that he's going to make the right pieces, the right move. I don't have no doubt that Rob Pelinka is not going to make the right moves. So you guys can cut that out. Anytime you have two of the players on your roster, that's hard to do. And you talk LeBron James, who's easily can give you 30 and 12. I mean, come on, stop it.
I have to laugh at this comment because Will Bolson said, yeah, he loves LA. That's why he's going to the Clippers.
Yeah, he goes to the Clippers. He's definitely cursed for the rest of his career.
But, Ace has the point. Why is he holding, why is he holding out? Because, they're offering him 3 contracts. I understand, he has to choose between one of those 3 contracts. But I don't know.
Anthony Davis is holding out right now because he's trying to get the right deal. He's trying to get that long-term deal. He wants financial security, and he knows he could get it with the Lakers, but he's seeing what the Lakers will offer him, and then he's going to weigh his options and go from there. But I don't see him leaving Los Angeles, not after winning a championship with the Lakers and knowing that he could possibly be part of what could become a dynasty here in Los Angeles. He knows, the legacy that he could leave with this organization. He knows it's a winning franchise. That's where he wanted to be, part of a winning franchise. And now that he's here in LA, he has that opportunity to be a part of a winning franchise. Why would you leave that for Chicago, a team that you would be taking a step backward? Because now all you're doing is going back into the same predicament that you were already in when you were in New Orleans. I don't think he wants to go back to being mediocre, being part of a team that's a bottom feeder and that's not really going to contend for a championship. That was the reason why he requested a trade to the Lakers in the first place, to be somewhere where he knows he has a chance to win that championship and win that chip. And also he's friends with LeBron James. Him and LeBron James have the same agency. So I don't see him leaving anytime soon. Now, maybe if LeBron James leaves and retires, then that's a different story. Even then, I think he's waiting for the Lakers to come at him with the right contract to put that nice amount of money on the table. And once it's there, he's going to say yes to the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't see him turning down the Lakers at this point. Not at this point in his career when he knows that he has a chance to win more championships.
All right. I believe this is not Ace on the All Sports comments. I think it's Chris. I can kind of tell the way he's commenting. But let's get some of these and some the comments out of there. Brian said the Wolves taking it out. LOL, just kidding. Yeah, that would be big for them. He said, "Is there really a favorite when teams are still making moves and the Lakers currently is not even in the best?" Yeah, you can say that, but guess what? I said when you have two of the top 5 players in the game, it changes. Brandon Freddie's going to love that comment. Thanks. Here's one where I said, "Well, will there be a turnaround effect for the Lakers since it's like a short turnaround?" What do you guys think about the season is starting back so soon? Do you guys think this is going to have an effect? Lakers?
Have an effect.
Yeah,
have an effect on the Lakers. Yeah,
I think so. Look, LeBron's older now. LeBron's almost 36 years old. He's a veteran in this game. And he even said it himself. If they did start back playing in December, he's going to take the month off, because he still needs time to get in game shape. He still needs time to rest his body. And this could put a toll on your body because what this does now, it risks injury, and LeBron could be fragile at this point because he didn't have enough time to rest to get rejuvenated and to get back into game shape. He still needs time to get back into game shape. And yes, I do think that it could affect the Los Angeles Lakers in the long run. Anthony Davis is younger. So he, even though he needs rest too as well after this long marathon that the Lakers just completed, I still think the Lakers are in a situation where it could risk further injury.
All right, Trey.
I agree with almost everything that's just been said, but saying that Anthony Davis is younger, but once again, he's very injury prone as well. So remember in the finals and the playoffs, he got nicked up quite a bit. He was injured playing in those finals. So he needs more time to heal as well. LeBron's going to be 38 coming up this season. 36, 37, whatever. He's just getting old with all those players. So, yes, they need longer layoff time. So that's why I'm saying do not be surprised if the Denver Nuggets, just like a couple of years ago, get the first seed because they have a lot younger talent. They've been there. They've done that. I can see them easily getting first place in the Western Conference. But when push comes to shove, Lakers don't care about seeding. Lakers just want to get healthy, just like the Warriors did a couple years ago. They just want to be healthy going into the playoffs. And so look for LeBron James, Anthony Davis to sit out, rest a couple games, get those younger stars or those younger players back involved, get them some playing time, and see what goes on from there. But at the beginning of the season, yes, it's going to hurt the Lakers, but in the long run, it's not going to because I think Frank Vogel, LeBron James wants to take care of his body. I think Frank Vogel is going to do very well, time management, all those guys. So they're an older team, but at the same time, when push comes to shove, come playoff time, they're still going to be there at the Western Conference championship. So,
Nate,
for all the older teams, especially, I'm going to go with yes. You guys have addressed it before. There are a lot of – it's only 2 months. It's the shortest turnaround in history of all 4 sports, not just the NBA, but NHL, MLB, and same with the NFL. But I think that players will be adjusted to their new routine. Just like, if you get hired for a job and you have to go in the next morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, you might not get used to it. You might not be used to that routine for the first few days. But if you go in the first, next few months or few years, yeah, it's going to be the new normal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have some breaking news coming out. Like Montrezl Harrell is signing with the Lakers. He's leaving the Clippers and coming to the Lakers. No, I don't think nobody expects this news right here. Woo! Jonathan, what is your thoughts, man?
Well, that's a surprise. I didn't see this coming. Like you said, I don't think anyone saw this coming. But hey, he helps inside the interior. He gives you a presence inside the paint. You know, it's gonna seem a bit awkward. It's gonna seem a bit strange because you're used to seeing him wear a Clipper uniform. But he can help and he can produce for you in a big way. He's a great rim protector. I think he gives the Lakers more size with Anthony Davis alongside him. So that's something that benefits the Lakers in the long run. The fact that he gives them more size. And, you know, he brings that great energy, that athleticism that the Lakers are looking for. Once again, credit to Rob Pelinka where credit is due. He knows where the talent is. He scouts these players, and he knows what works for this organization. And Harold will be a great asset to this team. But I'm very surprised by this move. I didn't see this one coming. I think we all are blindsided by this one. But, hey, it's a great signing for the Lakers. I think the Lakers win big time with Harold.
I will say this. I like this. Reigning sixth man of the year last year. Just put it with him with Shooter and Montrez. You can Dennis Schroeder loves to run that pick and roll, and I think them two can be dangerous on the pick and roll. The defense, we still need a center, maybe a Tristan Thompson or Ibaka to come in to be that second center that can give us the presence when AD go off to take the seat on the bench. But I definitely think this is a move that nobody expected. I did not expect this. I thought he was going back to the Clippers. But I think this is a great move by the Lakers. Troy, what did you think?
This is a great move by the Lakers. I didn't see it coming because I really didn't think anything of it. I didn't think the Lakers I didn't think he would switch over just from the hallway. But Montrezl Harrell basically was not happy. I heard rumors that he wasn't happy with Kawhi Leonard and the way he handles himself and the situation, stuff like that. How he's not a leader, how he's like the team meetings and stuff like that. But man, the rich get richer. Amazing what a championship does. That brings championship pedigree. And man, when you win a championship, people, when you get that veteran age, you just want that ship. You don't care what the money cost is or anything like that. You're getting your career. You made your money, but now you want that ring, that little bling bling to show off. But man, we should have saw this coming because his agent is Rich Paul. Guess who else is Rich Paul's agent? LeBron James.
Oh, for real? He's with Rich Paul. He's with him too.
He's with Clutch Sports, and the contract is for 2-year deal. So looks like you're going to have him for 2 years. You have Schroeder coming off that bench. That was the key, like the kryptonite, I guess you can say. If the Lakers had one, was their bench. They're getting a lot better. This Laker team that's constructed right now, the way it's going, it's looking a lot better than last year's, and that is scary for the NBA.
All right, Nate.
So, like my first comment, I have to address a few comments because similar to my remark. Crisco's rim protector, ? Size, ? He is 6'8". I want to point out something. The shortest NBA player is 5'9". I'm 2 inches taller than that. Yeah, he's definitely tall enough for that. And he says, Will Polson says, NBA is soft. Nobody plays defense. Other than Kawhi Leonard, that's probably true.
Well, no, let's take that back, Chris. This Laker team was known for the defensive on the side of the ball last year. They wasn't just your typical scoring team. So whoever's saying that, they haven't watched the Lakers much at all.
That's true.
And one other thing, I don't know who this is right here saying this. I don't know if it's Chris, Adam, whoever it is, but whoever it is, you need to, like Shaq said, you need to Google me. You need to Google me and see what who my basketball team is. Because I've been a Laker fan since I was a baby. I was born in California. You Google me, sir. Whoever you are.
Are you sure Google is actually going to pop up as you, or is somebody else named Freddie
Well,
Henderson? I'm pretty
go-
sure that's a pretty popular name, especially that last name right there.
No, I'm not talking about whoever's posting on the. I'm talking about what Brandon Herrera said. He said, "Does anyone D on the
Ooh.
Lakers?" That's what I'm talking about.
Does anyone play D on Lakers? That whole team
And I-
plays
Danny
D.
Green
That whole team
did.
played D.
Danny Green did. Danny Green, he played defense pretty well, and Rajon Rondo with his
Brad,
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
He was in
Anthony
talk for
Davis,
defensive player
yes.
of the year. KCP even showed up.
He was squatting shots and everything.
You have Caruso, who's a hustler. I mean, that team was top 3. That team was a good defending team. They had
and a lot
to be.
of credit goes to their head coach, who's a defensive
Yes.
minded type of coach.
Yeah, remember he was with the Indiana Pacers, who took LeBron James' team to Game 7 when they shouldn't even been in there. So that just, they don't watch Laker basketball. I mean, I'm sorry.
All right, the next question. Let's move on from the Lakers because I can go all night talking about the Lakers. Let's be honest, okay? Let's move on away from that. Let's talk about somebody in the Western Conference who had started a dynasty, but the dynasty had fallen off due to Kevin Durant leaving and due to injuries. You know, I have some bad news. You know, I mean, Klay Thompson, he tore his Achilles the other day, and nobody, if you're a true fan of basketball, nobody there roots for that. He likes that. It sucks for basketball because everybody wanted to see, Kansas State Warrior team take your team out. Is this team even a playoff team? Ray, we'll start with you.
Nate?
Me?
Oh,
No,
okay.
Nate.
I thought you said Trey. Okay, so I would put him around somewhere between the 8th seed and 9th, maybe 10th seed. Here's why. The Golden State Warriors needed a center last year. They got one. They also had a couple of they were dealing with injuries last year. That's still true this year. I wouldn't put him down below at the bottom of the pack. If they make the playoffs, it's going to be that 8th seed. I can't see them making higher than 8.
Are you done? Oh.
Yes.
All right, Trey.
This hurts me because I actually like the Golden State Warriors. I like the way they played before Kevin Durant. I like the way Steve Kerr came and moved that ball. But you can just tell going to 5 straight NBA finals has hurt this team. With the Klay Thompson playing both ways, hard as he can be, best two-way player, I think, in the league, behind Kawhi Leonard. Underrated defender by every stretch of the matter. He should have never been a defensive player of the year until recently. But without Klay Thompson, who's your other shooter for the Warriors? Steph Curry's the only one. And you saw what Toronto Raptors did against that in the finals 2 years ago. Play boxing one, and who are you going to have beat? You have Wiggins. He's not a great shooter. You have Jordan Poole. He's a streaky shooter. He can light it up, but then he can also miss 30 straight as well. This team is just not a playoff team, and unless the ownership for the Warriors makes some drastic, like getting rid of Green to bring in some other player, to make some trades to make it. There's no way they're a playoff team this year, especially with how good the West is becoming. When you have the Suns rising, you have the Spurs didn't make the playoffs last year, and they're probably going to be in the talks this year. You have Portland. You have all these other teams that are just building. The Warriors are just going the opposite direction. With Klay Thompson, I had him as a 5 seed, but without Klay Thompson, I don't even see him. I think they're a lottery team again, unless they make a big move in this free agency. But we'll see. But right now, I don't have him in the playoffs.
All right, Jonathan.
Yeah, without the Splash Brothers together in that backcourt that forms that prolific backcourt of theirs, they're not going to do much. I mean, they're going to have to make a splash at the trade deadline if they want to have a chance. Yes, they got the young kid from Memphis, James Wiseman, who I think is going to emerge into a great center one day. Remember, he's still young. He's still got to make the transition to the NBA. He's still developing as a young player. But yes, you have Steph Curry, but Steph Curry can't do it alone. We saw that a few years ago against the Toronto Raptors. You know, he did everything he could. I can't remember what game it was, but he did everything he could, put up so many points, and the team still lost. You know, but you're not going to win a championship without Klay Thompson, and vice versa. You're not going to win a championship without Steph Curry. You need those two guys together. As far as I'm concerned, that is the best backcourt in NBA history. I mean, we could sit here and argue about it, but those two guys together are the purest shooters in NBA history. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, I don't think we really can argue that. Those two guys together that's a dangerous Warriors team. Without one or the other, you're not going to have much success. And they don't have KD anymore, you know, and other guys on that team are just role players who kind of, you know, supplement the other two guys, which is Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. But without Klay Thompson, and when I heard this news, I said, you know what? The Warriors, man, I don't even think they're a playoff team. I think once again, they're going to be a lottery team because the West, what people forget is that the West is loaded with talent. The West has so many teams contending for an NBA title. I mean, look, Dallas is good with Luka, led by Luka, and then you have Porzingis. And then you have the Portland Trail Blazers, who have a prolific backcourt of their own with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. And then you add some front court depth in this year's draft. Don't forget about that. Then you have the Suns that just upgraded. They have a major upgrade now with Chris Paul. And then you have Devin Booker. And we all saw how sensational he was in the bubble and what he was able to do without Chris Paul being on his side. And then you have the Utah Jazz. People forget about them. Look how amazing of a player Donovan Mitchell was in the playoffs. I mean, they couldn't get over the hump, but they got a good team too. The Houston Rockets are not going to be in the picture anymore. There's so much going on there. People are discontent, unhappy, worn out. That team's going to be broken into pieces, and they're going to have to start over. But the teams that I just mentioned are teams to watch out for. And how about the Sacramento Kings? They just paid their guy today, De'Aaron Fox, and then they got the young kid who I think is going to catch on really fast in this year's draft. Give me his name, Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's gonna catch on really fast and be an immediate impact player. The reason I say that is because he's ahead of his time and he's very mature for his age. I like his maturity. So there's gonna be a number of teams in the West contending for a championship, and they're just too deep, they're too loaded, they're healthy, they're robust, and they got guys that could really score and you know do amazing things in the playoffs.
All right, before I give my take, we have some breaking news. That Trey wants to break. What's the breaking news, brother?
Davis Bertans has agreed to a 5-year deal, $80 million, 5-year, $80 million return to the Washington Wizards.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. You know, he spaced the floor with John Wall coming back. They need somebody to help space the floor. So my take is, you know, the Warriors, they had to run, you know. They had to run. They went on all the final run, won the championships. You know, their playoff dreams are over, man, for this year. Because I mean, let's stop. Let's pump the brakes. Yes, Andrew Wiggins is a nice player. Yes, Kelly Oubre is a good player. But guess what? Yes, Draymond's a good player. Steph is a good player. But guess what? You need spacing. This team needs spacing. And this team does not have the spacing. Me and Chris Brown got into it. Yes, they'll talk. He's the playoff team because of Steph. Yes, we know Steph is going to stay healthy a full season without Klay Thompson? No, we do not. Because why? We're asking him to do more. He's not just there to do, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson was a big factor on the defensive end. Steph Curry didn't have to go guard a Damian Lillard, a James Harden. He didn't have to go guard them big-time guards. That's why, because you had a Klay Thompson who's a 3-and-D guy, who's like Jonathan said, one of the best front courts in the NBA. I even brought up the point, and I sound crazy, but I even brought up the point that, if I was Steph Curry, Draymond, I would sit out another year. Why? You deserve. You've had an awesome run in the NBA. You guys won championships. You've done stuff that nobody else have done. Won championships. So why not take a year off, rest, get some more rest, and then when Klay Thompson's healthy, run it back. Get another good pick in the lottery. Then trade there to get another player to join the team. Why not? Why not do that? Hey, would you guys be mad if I'd be mad? But if LeBron James said, you know what? I'm going to sit out next year. Just think about it. The dude with the 8 straight finals. Just think about what it can do for that dude's body. But look like we have some more breaking news. All right, what's the breaking news, Trey?
The Joe Harris plans to return to the Brooklyn Nets. That is a great pickup for the Nets, especially with KD coming back, Kyrie. They're getting the full squad back. That team's going to be scary in the East. Look out. We'll get into that a little bit later, though.
Yep.
Man.
All it does is help them spread the floor more because they have guys that can shoot.
Man. Yes, Will Polton. Yes, I'm bringing it back up. Not this sit out the year take again. Why not?
Will.
Why not? Just think about it. These dudes have nothing else to prove in the game. If you guys
I have wanted to do that. They've done it before. They did it last year.
If you want to continue, well, we all know the Golden State Warriors is not going nowhere. So why go out there and risk Curry get an injury where he's out for? No, they don't. Well, they have nothing else to prove. They've won championships. Steph won, and what else do they have to prove? Tell me that.
I think they want to prove that they can win it without KD, and I think Steph Curry wants to get back to the finals to get an MVP to put on his resume because he was snubbed for one in one of those 3 finals. That's one reason. Another reason is you have young players who need to gel and grow with this Steph Curry because Steph Curry's going to be there for a long period of time, and you're paying the guy over $200 million. Yeah, you're not going to just bench him. You have to let him play. I'm sorry. That's it. I wouldn't sit him out for a full year, but would I manage his minutes? Heck yeah, because Steph Curry, I'm a big Steph Curry fan. I love Steph Curry. I loved him out of Davidson, March Madness run, everything like that. But he's never been fully – you're right. His ankles are weak. He broke his hand last year. Something's always wrong with him, but you can't deny the guy's toughness. But would you stretch it? Like, don't play him all the games, but sit him out a couple games here and there? Yes, but sit him out for the rest of the season? Heck no. If you're healthy, you're playing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, we got breaking news. I think I'm getting word that Jeremy heading to the Detroit Pistons. So, what
are they Pistons doing?
Jeremy Grant.
My gosh.
Jeremy Grant? Yes.
Oh, that's a huge loss for the Denver Nuggets. There was times that he was dropping 27 points and 30-plus points against the Lakers. That's a huge loss. Denver's not going to be the same team without him.
Nope. I changed my pick now.
Yep.
I changed my pick. They're not. I don't know. Oh man, that's a big loss. You saw what he did in the bubble last year.
For show takes, I'm keeping with my pick, but after that, I don't know.
What is the like?
I don't understand what the Pistons are doing.
Why would you want to go to the Pistons anyway? Just think about the draft. They just traded away their best center. They just brought in. Yeah, they just brought the centers in there. Like you just left from a playoff team to go to a delusional team that does not know what they want to do. I mean, yeah, I guess
Money talks, BS walks, baby.
$60 million. I can give you reasons.
Well,
They
Well,
paid him and he left.
well, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the other Paul Millsap now, because I was thinking they was going to let him walk instead of Gurmy.
They should have let him walk and kept Jeremy Grant.
I agree.
So,
So
That was a dumb move for both the Pistons and the Nuggets.
So let's go ahead and bring this topic up. You know, Jonathan, before you joined, Nate wanted to bring his. I said, wait till this. I think he's gonna be a little disrespectful. As of right now, what we know, you know, I know we still have free agency. You know, we still have all that going on. Let's rank the Western Conference. I know it's gonna be hard, but let's rank them. Let's Nate go. And before you go, Nate, I need to address the comment on here. Not that one. Where is it at? Let the king speak. Who's the king, Chase Anderson? Please tell me who's the king. Because if you say it's Nate, I'm leaving this set. I'm leaving this set. You better not say Nate the Great. You better not.
Nate the Great, baby.
All right.
Respecting the king, whoever he is. I don't know who the king is.
Thank you.
Are
All
you talking
right.
about you?
It probably is because I think you said it in the comments earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go 8 through 1. Number 8. I mean, this was a team that I can maybe put them at 9 and 10, or 10, maybe. I got the Golden State Warriors. Number 7. You know, there's a lot of question marks
Oh, hell.
on this team. I have the Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh my God.
Number 6, I have the Utah Jazz. Number 5, I got the Phoenix Suns. Number 4, I got the Portland Trail Blazers. Number 3, I have the Denver Nuggets. Number 2, I have the Dallas Mavericks. And number 1, I've got the Los Angeles Lakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call delusional. Nate Delusional. Change your name from Nate the Great
Nate.
to Nate the Delusional. I mean,
No,
stop.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it.
Let me
Man.
go and give you my rankings. Mine's going to be much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, I have the Lakers. Number 2, I have the Nuggets. Number 3, I have Dallas. Number 4, I have Portland. Number 5, I have the Clippers. Number 6, I have Utah. Number 7, I have Suns. Now, Brandon Herrera, you're going to like this.
No.
I got the Minnesota Timberwolves making 8 seed.
Oh my
You
God.
said I was delusional.
D'Angelo Russell.
You said I was
Anthony
delusional.
Oh,
This is
I
why
know.
I'm keeping my name.
Towns. I got
This
them
is
as
why I'm
8
keeping
seed.
my name because I knew you were gonna make a remark like that.
D'Angelo Russell, Carl Anthony Town, and Edwards, and Malik Beasley. Really? I got them as 8 seed, man.
yeah. Oh my God. You're delusional.
All right,
Both
Trey.
of y'all. Both of y'all. Oh my God.
number 1.
Well,
Number 1, I got the Lakers. Number 2, I got the Dallas Mavericks. Number 3, I got to go with the Denver Nuggets. Number 4, I guess I'll put, surprisingly, the Phoenix Suns only because of Chris Paul's experience. Number 5, I go with the Clippers. Number 6, got to hand it to the Utah Jazz. And number 7, I'll probably put the Spurs in there because I think Trey Jones is going to make an immediate impact.
Hold on,
reminds-
Jonathan. Hold on.
Listen. He
My
reminds
brother,
me.
I can't let you go like this, my brother. You
Hey,
forgetting
he
Portland.
reminds me so much of Tony Parker, though. He
You
does.
forgetting Portland.
And you got to remember, though. You got to remember this, though. Their coach, Greg Popovich, knows talent when he sees it. And this kid is going to be special, I think. And no, I'm not forgetting Portland because I got Portland at 8. Look what Portland did last season, how they struggled late. In
They
the
were
season.
hurt. They were hurt.
Let me
Actually, they were hurt. That's why I have them higher.
They had a lot of injuries. I know, but I still have them at 8. I have the Spurs surprisingly at 7. Only because of Greg Popovich and his mastermind abilities.
They was hurt. And then they just got Robert Covington, a 3-and-D guy. A 3-and-D guy. Oh, man. Dame Dollar. Dame Time.
You know what?
Who are you referring to?
I would like to throw Memphis.
Who are you referring to on this?
Only because Ja Morant, and we all know how explosive of a guard he is. You know, and Memphis was close last year. They did play in the play-in game and lost to Portland.
Yeah, I mean, they were the 8th seed.
What's up, Kendall? What's going on, buddy? All right, Trey.
Okay, number 1, Lakers. Get that out of the way. Number 2, I have the Nuggets. Even though losing Grant, I still have a number. I'm just going to keep it at number 2 right now. I have the Clippers at number 3. I'm not counting out Kawhi Leonard and Ty Lue's going to do some magical things. I swear, I'm telling you, those players are going to listen to Ty Lue over. I'm telling you. Number 4, I have the Dallas Mavericks. 5, Portland Trailblazers. 6, the Utah Jazz. No, 6, the Phoenix Suns, then the Jazz, and then 8 is the Spurs. I agree with Jonathan. The Spurs, Greg Popovich. I don't like this. I live in the San Antonio area. I cannot stand the Spurs. They've been good for so long, and I just get tired of hearing Spurs go. But Greg Popovich, the way that team was clicking in the bubble, and the way those young we have Murray coming up, he's good. You have Danny, you have White, the point guard, a great defender. And then you had DeMar DeRozan giving you 22 a game. Then you're going to get Aldridge back, possibly if they don't trade him. The Spurs can sneak in there at the number 8 spot. So that's my Western Conference wrap up for you.
Well,
that's why I saw you with the Whataburger cup.
Yep. Hey man, Whataburger.
I do want to throw one little. Go ahead, Nate.
I will say this though. It was really close for that number 8 seed. I had San Antonio at 9 because I was going back and forth. Should I put Golden State? Should I put San Antonio?
Should put San Antonio because Golden State ain't making them.
Yeah, I think, man, Golden State. I mean, Golden State Warrior days are old. But I do want to add on to that Montrezl Harrell signing with the Lakers. That does mean that Kentavious Caldwell, we don't look like we have enough money to start from Jonathan.
You're on mute.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jonathan
is on mute.
Are you good now?
What? You cut out. What did you say?
Now that we got Montrezl Harrell, we probably would not have enough money to sign Kentavious Caldwell Pope. What is your thoughts on that?
Kentavious Caldwell Pope was good for us. I mean, he was valuable in some of those games. I mean, he knocks down some big shots in the finals, and the Lakers are definitely going to miss him. Not only are they going to miss him for his offense that shows up sometimes, but they're also going to miss his defensive presence. He was one of the Lakers' best defenders as well, and he will hustle on both ends of the floor. I think that's what I'm going to miss the most about him. I don't think the Lakers will resign him because I think he's demanding more money, and I think he expects a bigger contract than the one he already had. So I don't see the Lakers retaining him or bringing him back. I think he walks in free agency. I think he signs with another team. But it was nice knowing him. He was, even though he was inconsistent at times on offense, there was some nights that he just shot terribly. And it was just hard to actually sit there and watch him. And I think a lot of it had to do with was his terrible shot selection at times. Sometimes he would take ill-advised shots, and you're sitting there questioning it. Why in the hell would you do something like that? You know, but yes, they're going to definitely miss KCP because he was huge for them at times during the finals. And even there was nights where he was very consistent and where he was, you know, a key component in their offense against the Denver Nuggets. So, yes, to see him go, it would be a huge loss for the Lakers. But, hey, you got some pieces in return. You got some great guys coming into the organization. So, there you go.
Who wants to see Patrick Beverly reaction to Montrezl Harrell coming to the Lakers?
I saw it.
Here it is there. Oh man, hey man, Patrick Beverly is, you know, not a good defensive player, but he talks a lot of talk. He's probably one of the best trash talkers in the game. Honestly. You know, I was going to rank these free agent signings, but, you know, since it's still too early, it really doesn't make sense to do that because I believe a lot is still going to happen. Before we close the show, let's go ahead and bring up the last topic for the day. Who do you guys, you know, we got Kevin Durant going to be back this year. Kawhi Leonard's going to be back this year. James Harden's going to be back. Russell Westbrook, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron, Anthony Davis. Who will be the best player this upcoming season? Nate.
That's cool.
That is a tough question. Best player. I'm gonna go probably with LeBron. I know there's a bunch of Lakers.
Say that.
There's a lot of names out there that I could have gone with, but that Nets team is probably going to be stacked. I mean, yeah, LeBron is heading close towards his older age, but he's still got a lot in him.
You done, Nate?
If I will say this, close. I don't know. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. All right, Trey, go ahead. I see you. You're rubbing your hands. You're puffing. You ready to blow somebody's house down? Go ahead and give it to us.
Going back to Nate, LeBron is the best player in the league right now. But you got to remember, best play, MVP, best player. He's gonna miss a lot of games because of the shortened season. I do.
That's true. I forgot about that.
The player, he lives in Dallas, Texas. Luka Doncic. What he did last year, like in the playoffs, averaging over 30 points a game, assists. He's a triple-double walking machine. He makes everyone better. You're gonna have Kristaps Porzingis back. He's gonna space the floor for him. The guy can take punishment in lane. He can finish in the lane. He's he's only 21 years of age, or 20 years of age, or fixing to be 21. Luka Doncic is going to be your best player in the league this next year.
Breaking news: Houston, they finally got Christian Wood. Finally agreed to sign with the Houston Rockets on a 3-year deal worth up to $41 million. So,
Trey, I forgot about that. He is an older guy.
You know,
so I'm actually going to change.
Nate. I can't keep listening to that. You keep talking about old. Aren't you guys tired of counting time for LeBron? I mean, didn't y'all go last year? Oh, he's getting too old. It's year 17. He can't keep doing this. Can't keep putting miles on his body. Oh, and guess what he did? And look what he did. He went out there and he busted his tail and delivered a championship.
No. What saved him was COVID. What saved him was getting those months off. Yes.
You do realize No. Hell no.
Let's go.
You do realize before the pandemic shut them down that he gave a whooping to
Yes.
Giannis Antetokounmpo on the Friday, and on a Sunday on the Kings Day he gave a whooping to Kawhi Leonard. He was just getting into playoff mode. He had to stop, had to shut his body down, then he had to get it re-amped back up. So it takes a lot to get it re-amped back up when you're older. Trey. So it shows that he can still handle his business.
I'm not saying he couldn't handle his business. I'm just saying he had time to rest. As an older player, you're going to you want that rest. You got 3 months of it right off or 6 months off. So don't give me that. Now
I will say though, to prove Freddie's point, the time for COVID that he had to rest and the time that this offseason is going on right now, isn't it about the same 2 months?
No. 4 months off.
Oh yeah, that was 4 months. Never mind. Yeah.
Like I said, it's easy for a young sprung chicken to go out there and shut down and get back to playing in 4 months. It's hard for an old man to do that. And look what he did. He still went out there and gave us 27, 8, and 10. Still handled his business. Still came to MVP and delivered his promise to LA. And you mean to tell me who's the best player, Trey? Tell me. Come on.
For one, anyone on the Lakers could have been MVP because the Miami Heat weren't ready for the Lakers. The Lakers were way more.
Best player, Trey? That's what I want.
On the team? On the team.
No. I'm talking about what's going to be next year.
Oh, next year is going to be Luka. Luka's going to be back.
Hey, I like Luka. I like Luka. Luka's one of my players. I like him, but he's a baby. If you look at Luka, you get LeBron.
And this is you got to remember, yes, he's a baby, but he's been playing in the pros in the European League since he was 15 years old.
This is going to be 18 years.
Exactly.
He's been playing for a while.
Exactly.
So hard, I hit my head on the chair. Oh my goodness.
Do you think LeBron's going to fall off next year? That's what you said?
No.
I mean, do we need to question this man again? Do we need to have a revenge season yet again? I don't think you want that.
LeBron he's great, but he's not going to have those statistics that he's had in years past. He's still the best player in the league. I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying this year, all around game is going to be Luka Doncic. LeBron James is going to take games off. He's going to have to rest his body. His stats are going to go down from 28 points a game probably to 26, 27. He's still probably going to get average almost triple double machine. But LeBron's level is way up here, but he's going to have to keep going down lower because he's getting older in age. He's still going to be a great player. I'm not disputing that. He is still the best player in the league. He can do it all ends of the court. But overall game this year is going to be Luka Doncic. I'm telling you.
He's not in decline at all. LeBron isn't. No.
Yeah. At some point, he's going to have to.
Yeah.
He's 18th year.
Since
his 18th year.
Right now, he still has a lot left in the tank, I think so.
Look what the dude does to his body. He spends like $1 million a year on his body. I mean, I understand. Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys this. I was never a LeBron James fan. I'm a huge diehard Kobe Bryant fan. Okay, so I looked at Kobe. I wish Kobe would have lasted longer. But guess what? His body not built for it. He tore his Achilles. His body was not. Have you seen LeBron's body?
What year did Kobe tear his Achilles? What year?
It was like 2015, 2013, right there somewhere.
So that was what year? 18th year.
Yeah, but guess what?
It's LeBron.
It's a different body type, Trey.
Kobe Bryant took care of his body better than anybody in the league.
I understand that, but LeBron is better than locomotive.
I agree with that. I'm just saying
we've never seen a LeBron. We've never seen him this dude this big and this strong before.
You are Father Time is undefeated. At some point, it's going to catch up to this guy because he's never had a serious injury, and I'm guaranteed it's going to be coming up. He's still a great player. He's still going to be the best player in the league, but Luka Doncic is going to take it this year. He's going to decline a little bit. I'm not saying by much. He's still going to decline. Just go ahead.
You know what? I can't wait to prove you wrong.
I hope you do because I'm a Laker fan.
Oh, you're a Laker? Oh, man, we're going to talk after the show. We're going to have a big ASAP Laker show. We're going to have a Lakers show coming on down sports.
There you go.
I just want to
can
point
have them,
something
by the
out.
way.
A Laker fan is calling you delusional.
Nate, you have a dude on here calling you the king. You're delusional. um, before we before we end this show, man, do you guys have anything else you guys want to add or anything like that?
Shams just reporting that free agent Derrick Jones is agreeing to a 2-year deal with the Portland Trailblazers. That's about it. But I will say this: we didn't get to our Eastern Conference picks, but I'm telling you right now.
Let's go ahead and do it. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Trey,
I was
Trey,
about to say,
Trey, you go ahead and give yours out. Trey.
Okay. Number one, Miami Heat. What they did last year, and they're only going to get better. I'm sorry. Miami Heat are going to be your number one team. Number two is going to be the Nets. You got KD coming back, Kyrie. Yes, it's going to take time to gel, but I think they have something to prove this year, and I think they're going to be on a warpath. And then you got Harris back, spread the floor. You got Jordan clogging up the lane. I have the Nets at 2. Bucks, I see declining. They lost all their bench players. That's what they thrived on last year. But I still have them at number 3. Philly at number 4. I think they made some great. They had it. Chris Brown's going to love. I think that they won. They did win the draft last night. They did win the draft. And then at number 5, you're going to have the Boston Celtics. You can never count them out, but Boston Celtics doesn't have the size, and they need to get that to free agency. Number 6, I think you're going to see the Raptors decline just because they're not going to be able to play in Toronto this year. I think they're going to have a little hiccups playing in Tampa Bay as well. Number 7 is going to be the Pacers, unless they get Gordon Hayward. Pacers are going to be at Oladipo. I don't know if he can stay healthy all year. And then number 8, I'm just going to say the Magic, just throwing it out there because I don't think anyone else. But Orlando's always in that 8 spot, so there you go.
Man, let me give you mine, okay? Number 1, I gave the Bucks. Wow, you bring a Drew Holiday to team up with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, I mean, this team, they're going to have to, yes, they rely on their bench, in the past, but guess what? If you don't have a bench, you can't rely on the bench, so that makes you play your starters more. So
I agree with that. I agree with that. Why isn't Giannis playing a lot more? You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah, Then I have number 2. I have the Brooklyn Nets. Why? Because I believe for the people to say Kevin Durant's not going to be healthy that's not going to look this year, they're crazy. Man, Kevin Durant does not have to depend on athleticism. This dude can sit there and just snipe you from the parking lot. This dude can flat out score. Number 3, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. Why?
Wow.
Why? Because I know I hate to say this. I hope Chris Brown not hearing the words come out my mouth. Now the Philadelphia 76ers number 3, because you was able to get Al Horford out of there with that bad contract. He did not produce for you. Man, ladies and gentlemen, I want to warn you.
Oh, here we go.
It's random in progress. Dwight Howard just signed with my Lakers, and then he bagged out. But I'm kind of glad now because we got Montrezl Harrell, so it makes up for it. You have Joel Embiid, you do have Dwight Howard, so you do have size. You still have Tobias Harris. You still have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is going to get better. You did draft on the draft the other night. You did bring some shooters in. You do have Danny Green. You do have Seth Curry. So I mean, that team is loaded on the offensive end, and I think they'll be good on the defensive end as well. Number 4, I have the Miami Heat. You cannot disrespect that team, man. That's a team full of dogs. The scrappy. Jimmy Butler, he's hungry. This team is not going to. They're not going to release off the gas. They're going to keep the foot on the gas. One thing about this team is you give them a little bit of experience of making it to the finals. This team is going to just keep on pushing and keep getting each game. Yeah, the Boston Celtics. Until they can get a decent big man in there, I don't know what's going on with Boston. I thought maybe they should have Dwight Howard really big because, I mean, hey, they need a big man. Let's just face it. You do need a third option from that Boston Celtics team. They brought Kemba Walker in, but guess what? In the playoffs, he really didn't do much, so you still need a third option. Number 6 out of Toronto Raptors, just because you have Kyle Lowry, Siakam, I mean, you still have, them two. I definitely believe the chemistry with them being there together, I definitely think that's going to make a difference. At number 7, I have the Hawks. Man, have you guys seen what the moves the Hawks are making? With Trey Young, the draft pick they picked up, then I forgot his name. You just got Gallinari. You probably gonna get Rajon Rondo, or you can probably get Bogan Bogdanovic. I might have screwed his name up, but I definitely think that's a playoff team this year. And number 8, ladies and gentlemen, John Wall is back. I expect the Wizards to make a playoff run next year. You still have Bradley Beal's going to give you 30 a night. John Wall is back. Davis Ponton, I know I screwed his name up. He just signed back. So I expect this team to make it for a playoff run. That's my top 8 team in the East. John, you can go.
Yeah, well, first, I have to go with being number 1. I would say it would be Milwaukee only because Giannis is the reigning MVP and he is one of the best big men in the game today. And now you give him Drew Holiday, someone he could play with. There you go. Then number 2, I have to stay with the Miami Heat. They just got to the finals, and like you said, they're going to just keep getting better now that they got that playoff experience. They know what it takes to get there. They've been there. They've done it. Now next year, Tyler Hero will be better. Jimmy Butler is still playing hungry. And you got guys that can actually shoot on that team and that can really ball out. So I got to go with them at number 2. Number 3, I got to go with the Celtics, even though they're undersized, but they have 2 of the best wings in the game in Jaylen Brown. And then you have Jason Tatum. But hopefully in free agency, they'll be able to address their needs to help with, some interior depth. And then 4, I guess I will go with it gets tough from there. I'd probably go with the Indiana Pacers. I think they'll still be a contending team in the East. The East is a hit or miss for me. The Toronto Raptors are not going to be the same. Not if they don't re-sign Fred VanVleet, and I don't see that happening. But how can I forget about the Brooklyn Nets? Maybe I should have put them at 4. Because you have KD and you have Kyrie Irving. And maybe I'll switch them and put them at 4. And then I'll put the Pacers at 5. And then at 6, I probably would have to go with the Sixers. I like Ben Simmons. I know he doesn't shoot the ball well. He's not a great jump shooter. But I feel like the Sixers were the winners in the draft. They picked up some guys that can help them. And then for 7, I would go with the Orlando Magic, I think. I would have to put them at 7. I think they'll not be an 8 seed this time. They got some guys over there as well. And then for 8, I'm going with you. My friend Freddie. I got to go with the Wizards, man, because, they got John Wall coming back healthy. You still got Bradley Beal. I don't think they're going to trade him anytime soon. He could light it up for you, put some points on the scoreboard. So, yeah, those are my 8 teams. I mean, that was kind of tough to rank them. But
hey, Chris Brown, you'll be proud of me. I have the Philadelphia 76ers number 3 on my team. I have the Bucks number 1, the Nets number 2, and Philadelphia number 3, even though it's your team. All right, go, Nate.
All right, I'm going to have to owe Chris an apology because I didn't realize something. Number 1, I have the Brooklyn Nets.
Ooh.
I have the Nets because I didn't realize, I took a look at over this list, and there's not the East is not as stacked as the West is. So I'm going to have number 1 being Brooklyn. Number 2, I have the Miami Heat. Number 3, I'm going with Boston Celtics. Number 4, I'm going with the Toronto Raptors. Number 5, I'm going with the Sixers. Number 6, and I'm going with this because, Trey had brought it up. They've lost a lot of pieces this year. I'm going with Milwaukee. Milwaukee Bucks at 6. Number 7, I'm going with Atlanta Bucks. And number 8, I'm going with Charlotte Hornets.
You mean to tell me? You mean to
Atlanta at number 7?
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me?
I did have them at 6.
Oh no, Nate.
That was because I forgot to put
Nate. You mean to tell me
I don't see shit.
the Milwaukee Bucks is number 6 on your list?
Yes. They've lost so many people this year. They've lost so many people on the bench.
Tell me 6 players. Tell me 6 players in the Eastern Conference better than Giannis Antetokounmpo.
In the Eastern Conference? Oof. Well, there's one
breaking news.
Oh, you're not even looking at finish that statement.
I'm sorry, John Wall wants out of Washington. So take that back. If that's the case, depending on who. Oh man, this is about to get even more exciting in this off season.
Shake things up in the West. The East.
So yeah, Sham just Rockets Wizard talks on Russell Westbrook for John Wall. Wall has made it clear he wants out of Washington to happen. So man, could you guys see Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal together? Woo!
So, you bring up that point about Giannis Antetokounmpo, but you gotta look at this. Is Giannis Antetokounmpo even staying on that team this year?
Yes, Nate. Anytime they make the trade for Drew Holiday, that the franchise is trying to prove to him, say, "Hey, we're committed. We're to win a championship." They're nowhere, Nate. He's not getting traded this year.
I don't think so.
Next year. Maybe next year it might be different. I mean, why would they give that big of a trade package for Drew Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to get traded?
Right.
So I don't see that happening at all.
And that's why I have Milwaukee so low. If Giannis stays, yeah, I would have them higher. As a matter of fact, if Milwaukee sends Giannis Antetokounmpo to Miami, I would put them at number 1 instead of Brooklyn.
So it's just been reported that for the Lakers, KCP and the Lakers are both interested in getting a deal done, but it's just a number game at this point. So unless they can find some money somewhere,
because were they $16 million left, and they still got to fill out their team.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to offer AD the max. Yeah, so
well, you might have to go to AD and do a 1-1 or something and try to rework it next year or some.
No, get it now.
Thank you. I believe it's Chris is saying it, but thank you.
Hey, like I said, yes, they can have no bench. Guess what? They like playing bench players, but guess what? When you have no bench, you can't play bench players bench minutes. Or you cannot. You have to play your starters heavier minutes. And I think without them not having a bench, they're going to have to upgrade minutes and work on that. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes.
Maybe, but going back to Nate's thought, I mean, yeah, the Bucks aren't winning, and John doesn't see this as a championship team. You're telling me that he's not going to ask for a trade, and they're just going to let him walk at the end of the season?
No,
I think that's what Nate was getting at.
They're gonna play it out because it's championship or bust. I mean, if they win the championship, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not leaving.
Oh, that's true. If they win a championship, if they don't, but they get it out in the second round again, you're telling me he's not going to leave to go to Golden State?
Nah, he'll probably go to Dallas.
Not Golden State.
He'll probably go to
He
Dallas.
might leave, but he's not going to Golden State.
Well, why? Why do you say that?
He'll probably go to Golden
Japanese.
State.
Yeah, knowing him, yeah, he'll probably go to Golden State.
Not go to State.
Him and Curry are best friends.
Well, no, they just got James Wiseman, so no.
He'll probably go to Dallas. I'm sorry, not Golden State.
That's true. I forgot about that. They did get James Wiseman,
Oh.
so that's definitely in there.
So what? You
Did
can
you
still
guys-
trade Wiseman, but
Could you imagine Luka, Porzingis, and Giannis? Oh.
That's part of the reason if Giannis goes to Dallas this year. That's why I would have. That would be the only way I would have them at 1.
he ain't going to Dallas this year. He ain't
Dallas
leaving Milwaukee.
Dallas will win a championship if that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you right now, he ain't getting traded this year. There's no way.
Well, you guys, I think that's all of the NBA recap. Would appreciate Jonathan Mathis joining us. I want to thank Nate the Great for coming on and trying to be great. I want to thank Trey Collins for coming on and dropping his knowledge. And man, our Lakers got better today, gentlemen. We probably positioned ourselves to repeat, so we just gonna have to see, man. To all ASAP fans out there, thanks for watching. You guys have a great night.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.